If you hang out in a busy tattoo shop long enough, you'll notice a very specific moment that happens all the time. It's a shift in the room's frequency. Someone walks in and they aren't looking at the flash art on the walls. They aren't laughing with their friends or picking out a design on a whim because it looks cool for the weekend. They have a quiet, heavy energy about them. When they sit down with the artist, they roll up their sleeve or point to their chest and they share a story of loss. They say, "I want to do something for my dad," or "I lost my sister and I need to keep her with me." They are there to get a memorial tattoo. In everyday culture, people look at these pieces as just a sweet, sentimental tribute, a date, a name, or a favorite flower. But the reality is much deeper. It's a profound emotional crossroads where a person uses art to deal with a grief that words simply cannot touch. It's a way to make the invisible visible. It is a way to take an invisible, devastating emotional scar and turn it into something beautiful, permanent, and real that you can carry out into the world. Today we are talking about how we handle major loss, the deeply moving reality of why we turn to the needle, and the controversial rise of biogenic inks made from cremation ashes. When you lose someone you love, the world completely shifts beneath your feet. The hardest part about grief is that it's completely invisible. You are walking around carrying a massive, crushing weight in your chest. But to the rest of the world at the grocery store or on the highway, you look completely normal. Grief feels like this abstract, floating cloud of static in your mind that you can't control, can't see, and can't escape. It makes you feel incredibly helpless. This helplessness is a visceral physical sensation. It's the feeling of a story that ended too soon, leaving you with 1,000 unsaid words and a blank, terrifying map. And that is exactly why the simple ancient act of getting a tattoo changes everything. It's a decision to take that chaos and anchor it. This impulse to wear our loss is far from a modern trend. Humans have always looked for a tactile way to anchor the living to the dead. History shows us the same heart. Archaeological evidence from ancient Egypt and pre-Roman Britain reveals mourning objects like jet and carnelian amulets worn to maintain a physical connection. In ancient civilizations, a physical mark or ornament was a way to ensure the spirit of the deceased remained present. It was a refusal to let the thread be cut. In the 16th and 17th centuries, this took a sophisticated turn with memento mori jewelry. "Remember you must die," a reminder of our shared mortality. These pieces were a tribute to a specific person and a constant reminder to the wearer that their time was also limited. It turned death into a high art form. The tradition reached its peak in the Victorian era. Following Prince Albert's death, Queen Victoria entered a state of mourning that lasted 40 years. This was the era of hairwork. Families would take the actual hair of their deceased loved ones and have it woven into incredibly intricate three-dimensional designs. These were miniature works of architecture, woven into rings, chains, and even framed scenes. It was the ultimate biogenic tribute of its time. It was a physical piece of the person integrated into the daily attire of the living, a way to touch the loss every single day through the fabric of their lives. But jewelry is removable. As the 20th century dawned, the ritual moved from the external to the internal. We saw this first among sailors and soldiers. The classic mom heart, or the name of a fallen comrade tattooed over the heart, was the birth of the modern memorial tattoo, a shrine that couldn't be lost in a storm. Psychologists once thought healing meant closure, closing a door on the person we lost. But we now know healthy mourning is about the exact opposite. This is continuing bonds theory. It suggests that we heal by finding a new way to maintain a relationship with the person we've lost, not by leaving them behind. A memorial tattoo acts as a memorial object. It provides a sense of security, a physical guarantee that you will never truly forget the curve of their smile. It allows you to bring them with you into your new life, introducing them to new people through the art on your skin. It's a translator of your experience. Then there is the ritual of the session itself. The physical pain of a long tattoo session is actually transformational for many people in grief. You are making a choice to take that chaotic emotional pain and anchor it down to a single, predictable physical spot on your body. It's a moment of control. For a few hours, you aren't trapped in your head playing old memories on loop. You are entirely in the present moment, focusing on your breathing. You are working through the discomfort to build something beautiful. It's one of the few times we can literally watch our pain be transformed in real time. When the session is over, the change is instant. It's like a physical weight has been lifted. The invisible trauma has been captured into a permanent armor of pride. You didn't just get a tattoo, you took control of your healing process. It's a visual reminder that you are strong enough to survive the storm. As science and art have collided, this ritual has entered a brand new frontier, biogenic tattooing, a concept that is both ancient and futuristic. For centuries, we've kept ashes in jars or scattered them to the wind. But today, people are choosing to take those ashes and bring them into the studio. It's a return to the Victorian hairwork, but using the molecular tools of the 21st century to integrate a physical piece of a loved one into the skin. Now, a real artist will tell you that you can't just dump raw ash into a bottle of ink. That's a massive health risk that will ruin the tattoo and your health. To make it safe, specialized labs take those ashes through an intense purification process. It begins with a process called pyrolysis. The material is heated to over 2,800 degrees Fahrenheit in a sterile chamber. This extreme heat refines the carbon and ensures it is medically sterile. Then, the material is micronized, ground down until every particle is a uniform 40 micrometers. That is smaller than a single grain of sand. When that purified carbon is suspended in ink and driven beneath your skin, it creates a reality that is honestly mind-bending. It's more than a picture. You are quite literally carrying a physical, molecular piece of them inside your own body for the rest of your life. It's a permanent biological bond. Your skin locks those tiny particles into place forever. That person is literally riding shotgun with you, woven into the fabric of who you are. Wherever your journey takes you, whatever hurdles you jump over, they are with you. It is the ultimate statement of absolute, unbroken love. However, this frontier is not without its controversies. In the tattoo industry, there is a deep and growing divide over biogenic tattooing. Some artists embrace it as the ultimate sacred service, while others refuse due to sanitation concerns or the lack of clear medical standards. In some jurisdictions, laws prohibit the alteration of commercial inks, forcing these ritual tattoos into a legal gray zone that's hard to navigate. Then there is the ethical question. Did the deceased consent to being integrated into someone else's biology? It's a debate of autonomy versus tradition. It's a deeply personal and complex debate that pits the autonomy of the living against the traditional sanctity of human remains. No easy answers. This side of tattooing strips away the flashy social media filters and cheap vanity. It reminds us that this trade was always a sacred tradition. It was the tool we used to mark our biggest life transitions, to honor the people who made us, and to carry history forward when the world got dark. When you see someone with a heavy piece of custom work, remember, you don't know the mileage behind those lines. You don't know the story. You don't know if that design was bought out of boredom or if it was paid for with a river of tears and a lifetime of courage. Respect the journey. The skin we walk in is a living diary of where we've been, what we've lost, and how we managed to stand back up. It is our history. We built this channel because we wanted a space to talk about the real, raw heart of this trade, past the marketing hype and into the stories that matter. If this look into memorial tattoos connected with you, click that subscribe button. We drop story-driven case studies every single week. Join the journey. I want to hear your stories in the comments below. Have you ever used art on your skin to help you heal? And how do you feel about ash-infused inks? Let's talk. Subscribe if you want to know how the game actually works. Peace. Respect the physics. Respect the history. Respect the craft. Take care of your skin, keep moving forward, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.